As you know, and if you have followed the previous videos, then you will definitely know that we are going to start with question number 23 today. Alright? So question number 23, we'll directly go into it and see what is the question. Which of the following statements are correct about Karl Mannheim? A. Mannheim has such a course of the sociology of knowledge. Mannheim's procedure and substantive findings clarify relations between knowledge and social. C. Mannheim argued the Marx created the prototype of sociology of knowledge. D. Mannheim has not written the book Ideology and Utopia. E. According to Mannheim, the sociology of knowledge can lead to scientific guidance of political life. Now, if you have known and studied about Karl Mannheim and his works, you will be able to answer this, and you have to choose the correct answer from the options given below. So read it carefully and answer. So the answer is number 4, which is A, B, C and E only. Alright, so let's just understand the options. So as we know that Mannheim had broadened Karl Marx's notion and theory of proletariat and bourgeois, and Mannheim had talked about ideology versus utopia. Alright, so he was particularly different from the Marxist understanding, okay, and he mentioned that there is no direct correlation between its consciousness and its economic interests. Okay, so all the thought is shaped by a social location, the social background, all right, and not just due to economic interests. Okay. So it's all placed within the social location, the social structure, okay, which is situationally relative. Therefore, we of course will take option A, the broad contours of sociology of knowledge. This is a keyword for Mannheim. Next, his procedure and substantive findings clarify the relations between knowledge and social structure. Like I mentioned, definitely it's true. And C is also true. Okay. And D, he has not written the book Ideology and Utopia. This is not true because Mannheim is the one who wrote Ideology and Utopia. And E is also right. Okay. Moving on. Number 24 says, given below are two statements. Humans survive for tens of thousands of years without permanent settlements. Statement 2. The evolution of early cities began 12,000 years ago. So you have to give the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is, of course, that both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Next. 25. An economy in which much of the workforce is involved not in physical production or distribution of material goods but in the design, development, technology, marketing, sales, and servicing is known as? Very easy question. Knowledge economy is the answer. Alright? I think you can just infer from here that pastoral economy and industrial economy is not going to be the answer. Right? So, knowledge economy, definitely. We are in this. Alright. So, knowledge economy is the answer. 27 is a new question. So you have to understand this, the three main paths available for delineating the subject matter of sociology according to Alex Nichols. Analytical, empirical, historical, philosophical, theoretical. Answer will be analytical, empirical, historical. Analytical and empirical, of course, it will be because we also study in empirical and analytical things in sociology, and we went through such theories as well. Okay. Thus, philosophical and theoretical will never be the main paths here, when already the options given above, empirical, historical, and analytical, is going. Right. So it's going to be A, B, C only. This was a new question. Okay, so don't forget to note it down. 28. Sociologist Roland Robertson states that globalization at cultural level began to occur because of compression of the world and global consciousness, compression of time and contraction of space, international recession and change in world order, increase in flows and global interaction, intensification of global economy. You have to choose the correct answer from below, basically. The answer is option A only. Of course, because in globalization, we study the definition of Roland Robertson, Anthony Giddens. So, compression of world and global consciousness are the keywords that we associate with Roland Robertson. And number 5, which is intensification of global economy, is associated with Anthony Giddens because this is his definition, okay, of globalization. Next. Given below are two statements. Again, you have to read the statements and understand. Critical discourse analysis emphasizes the role of language as a power resource that is related to ideology and socio-cultural change. Critical discourse analysis, or CDA, draws in particular on theories and approaches of Michel Foucault. We know that it's this critical discourse analysis is where it views language as a form of social practice, discursive practices, right, texts, and so on. The answer is number 1. So both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and yes, it draws on whom? On theories of Foucault. Number 30. A marriage in which two or more women are legally mated to one man is known as, very easy, it's not going to be polyandry, let me mention here. The answer will be none of the above. Okay, so what will be the answer? The answer will be polygyny, alright, and not polyandry, because polygyny refers to a man who is marrying more than one woman, a man who has more than one wife or several wives. That is what we call polygyny. Alright. Polyandry, on the other hand, refers to a woman who has more than one husband or multiple husbands. Okay. Next, we have sororate. Sororate is a type of marriage where a husband is marrying his deceased wife's sister. All right. So when a man is marrying his deceased or dead wife's sister, it's called sororate. All right. I'm pretty sure that you know what is hypergamy and hypogamy. Hypergamy is a term where you're marrying somebody of a higher caste, all right, and just opposite to that is hypogamy. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Totem refers to very easy question. You have studied this in Durkheim. The answer will be C and E only. Next, the coming of an artificial intelligence society is immediately preceded by first stage of knowledge society, second stage of primitive communism, third stage of feudalism, and then agrarian social structure. The answer will be first stage of knowledge society, that is the knowledge economy, not primitive communism, feudalism. These were previous times. Okay, coming of artificial intelligence is always related to the knowledge economy. All right. 33 is a new question. Civilization is higher stage of cultural development characterized by intellectual, aesthetic, spiritual attainment. S.M. Fairchild is the answer to this. Okay, this is a new one, new question, so make sure that you note it down. 34. Caste is derived from a word from a language used in the Iberian Peninsula. Casata, casata, casta, castes. Answer is casta. So, thank you so much, students. Keep studying, keep learning. We'll meet in the next video.